It's brother sister, right?
Brother sister.
I know your Twitch name is Sibley Streamers, but it's brother sister. So, guys, welcome to the Mid-Geek Crisis. You ready for this? Yeah, I think the first time you've been here since the intro.
Let's do it.
Mid-Geek Crisis.
Haha. So yeah, folks, if you're just tuning in, Pedro, my buddy Cawshis, is not here this episode.
No grumpy Cawshis.
No grumpy Cawshis. It's all joyful
Jordan.
Yeah, joyful Jordan, and
those alliterations.
It'll be great. Yeah, he took the day off today. He had some personal matters to take care of, a family member, birthdays, family affairs, that sort of thing. So he requested to take the day off, and I asked Jordan to fill in. So welcome back to the show as another co-host.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be back.
Last time he was here, we talked about VR, and we kind of hit that up, and so now here we are again. And
I'm loving the new intro too. Like that's and our buddy Galen is the one that made the intro again. And did you animate it?
I had some help, absolutely. Had some help, but yes, I animated it. I edited it. I did all that kind of stuff, just kind of get something going for us. I figured, at the year mark, I should change it up a bit. So,
welcome to the show, Coop. Coop is from he's a friend of ours from Brother Sister. So, and Rolls is back. Hey, welcome here, Rolls. And Tim.
I watched the rerun. Thanks, Tim. Thanks. So again, welcome everybody. Welcome back for sure. I think we're gonna kick it off pretty just straightforward, running into it, because we can't not talk about it. So one of the nice things of my buddy Pedro not being here, I love him to death. I love him, but he's such a grumpy Gus about the whole Disney Plus thing that he's not watching it. I support his stance on the giving Disney money, sort of, kind of, whatever. I'm a consumer whore. And frankly, I was never not gonna give Disney money. This is the ghost of God. The ghost. You should be busy right now, sir. You should not be here.
But here's the thing: if you're, I get resisting paying for Disney Plus, right? Like you don't want to give them your money.
I know, right.
The Mandalorian is so good, you should at least be pirating and watching it live. Not that I condone pirating.
Right.
Not that I condone. Not
hopefully it's good. Here we go. Disney has turned into the Polly from Goodfellas. Effing pay me. Pay me. That's right. It's hard not to, man. What I'm making sure of, though, is I'm paying for it, and I've given access to many family members already. You can have up to 4.
Spread the love.
You can have up to 4 streams live, so 4 devices can be watching it at the exact same time.
Yeah.
So that's a plus. That means my kid's iPad could have it on. I could have it on my TV, and my sister, at home could be watching it, and another family member could be logged in. And
let's be honest, though, you're gonna have like 4 screens all streaming like Lion King at the same time. you want to. I'm gonna have the
animated version and the live action version all running at the exact same time, and see if I can spot any differences, because that's how I roll. No, Mandalorian, man, Mandalorian. It's been the selling point for them, and let's. Look, we can't even not talk about spoilers. Disney themselves have, is that right? Disney themselves have
put it up. We got it on. Okay, well, let's let people know. Like, look, okay, so Disney has
let the cat out of the bag.
They posted live information about the super surprise of the show. So now there's no secrets left. Disney made it public, so it's not like spoilers free. Welcome to the show, Kendo.
Yeah.
So folks,
guys, I apologize, but Disney themselves have already started talking about this. It's pretty much like, if you're not watching it live, look, what's really sad is the UK isn't getting this till next year.
I know.
So they can't watch it legally.
So talk about like the stupid moves. I mean, talk about stupid moves on Disney Park. Like, they should have known. Like,
worldwide. It should have been UK and in the US all at once, or in Canada and everyone else.
Because the recent news is that it's like pirating is like on the rise. Specifically for the Mandalorian, it's because they got this delayed release. Like, people can't wait. We don't have patience anymore.
Speaking of the pirating thing, I'm not going to shy away from it. It's happening, and I'm part of a couple groups. The Plex. There's a group called Plexaholics where they talk about Plex servers and having your own library and whatnot. And they're all over the pirating of the Mandalorian and whatnot. One of the things that they're talking about is the fact that everyone's loving Disney Plus because of the quality. They're getting full 4K with HDR with Dolby Atmos.
Okay.
So when they pull that stream down, they're getting a 4K Dolby Atmos copy. Like they're getting so that's amazing. Like that's already putting it above and beyond most streaming services in quality. Let's see here. Is anyone here great at Star Wars Lord? I'm pretty sure it's insane that there's another member of. Yes, that's it. So thank you.
So Coop dropped it. We did not drop it. The Coop said it. Now we can talk about it.
So yes, Star Wars. Star
here
Wars.
it is. Look at this. Look at this.
So yeah, Star Wars themselves have already dropped pictures of Baby Yoda, and of course we're.
Oh my goodness! Look at that! Look at that! Just like I want to keep going in further and further and further. Oh man! Look at just like it's adorable.
Yeah. No, he's freaking adorable.
Ah, thanks, Courtney.
That's my wife, my spousal unit. No,
bear and his cub.
Yeah, aren't they? They're pretty cool, aren't they? Yeah, well, yeah. It's this is look, man. I have to give a big shout out to the guys that provide this piece of software, StreamYard. They have made this show really interactive. I'm able to see chat from Facebook, from Twitch, from YouTube, from anything I've got it tied to, and I'm able to throw you guys right on the screen so you guys can participate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to point out. So I have a child that is in the 5-month range, and my child looks like this Baby Yoda. So like this is really hitting me home. So
Haley, this is a good question. I'm gonna throw it up here, and this is gonna be the first bit of topic that and kind of geeking out. If you have watched the first episode as many times as I have, I don't know if you caught this, Jordan, but the doctor that is talking to
Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog, the doctor. The logo on his stuff is
Camino.
The Camino. It's the Camino. So, and he's very interested on getting this baby thing back. That would mean that this baby thing has something to do with the clones, aka Haley. You might be right. An alien goblin.
It's the Gremlins. We're having it's a Star Wars Gremlins crossover.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a hairless. It's just a Mogwai before hair.
It's Mogwai.
It's the Mogwai. Don't get it wet. Don't feed it after midnight.
That's right.
No, but yeah. So you're absolutely right. Definitely different of Yoda's. There's another one that's right. So there are Yaddle. So there are only 2 members of the Yoda race that
we know of
that are canon. There are 4 total, 2 in canon, 2 in the Legends, aka extended universe back in the day, and they were all 3 of them were very Yoda-like, very very like calm, collective, and only one of them was fiery, as he was described.
I think they only drink that sea urchin milk or whatever. Remember from
the teat of the
teat of the sea
of the sweet tea of the sea cow.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, they had like six teats. I think those.
Yeah. I could just I can't get the face of Mark Hamill. It's like
yum.
So delicious.
Okay, so I mean, we're talking clones, right? So the clones, that's initially how the Legends series, some of the early books that came out were all about like different clones of people. So we have the Empire was cloned again.
That the Star Wars universe has ever shied away from, or the Clone Wars. All of the stormtroopers, the clone troopers were all clones. And then they eventually, what was left of that force became stormtroopers, and then they recruited and started, stealing babies and stuff and, making them, part of this, which is Finn's background. If you look at Finn, he was kind of taken as a young age and kind of indoctrinated. And then he resisted, fought back and became a resistance fighter. So it's not
So again, like I mean, all of this now that hopefully Disney is taking kind of a Marvel-esque approach to all their content, and that they're starting to think long-term and kind of grand world. The fact that they're introducing
world building.
Yeah, that's right. The fact that they're introducing more of this cloning element, like my hope is we see more of it in The Last Jedi that's coming out. Like I don't know what we're gonna find out. I know there's been rumors saying
we might see that for Sidious. Like he might.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's how they're theorizing that Darth Sidious is back is clone. Like, of course he would clone himself. Like the man cloned an entire army.
He saw the power of cloning. He saw that he could still.
He's got all those comments, right? Like about using the Force to even save from death.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
like
absolutely. Look, no matter what, we know that.
Star Wars. Hey Arnold.
No. Hey Arnold is Viacom, which is Nickelodeon, which has already thrown its tag and it's thrown its ticket in with Netflix, guys. Like that's
what?
Yeah. That was the news. Last week. One of the big pieces of news was that the streaming wars have begun, guys. This is Disney. Disney kind of fired first.
Yeah.
Netflix has been around kind of dominating. You've had Hulu around kind of in the background, but none of them have really competed and brought the force like Disney Plus. And Disney Plus legitimately got the numbers.
Star Wars Simpsons, there we go.
Has got the numbers for Netflix. And so now you've got two big juggernauts. And so now it's going to come down to the two big pillars, what companies, what publishing rights they can kind of like bring in and monopolize on. And Disney has a huge amount of like weight because of everything that they own now, but you've got companies like Netflix that can make agreements, and so it looks like they've got Nickelodeon on.
Oh man, I was waiting to get access to Nickelodeon. I can't wait for like Nickelodeon and then like Cartoon Network stuff, like Adult Swim.
We're gonna get that. I mean, what's interesting is they own Fox, Disney, so you're gonna get The Simpsons. You've already got, like, if you've been on social media in any way, shape, or form over the past week, they've got the little teaser thing, advertisement for Disney Plus, and it's The Simpsons, the entire family, and they're all dressed up in different characters. And so they've got Star Wars characters and Marvel characters, like Homer's dressed up as Iron Man, and you've got I think Maggie as like a Jedi or Yoda or whatever. And so you've got all these like different characters. So again, you're already getting that crossover bleeding over. Yeah. So don't be surprised, for sure. So that's interesting. Who is Adult Swim? So Adult Swim is Turner. Turner is Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has thrown its hat in with HBO Max.
I was wondering when HBO was going to start buying up stuff as well.
So
right?
HBO Max,
that's our big three. Yeah.
And Adventure Time is getting a movie that's going to come out on HBO Max. We're getting so they've got WB, which means that they've also going to have some DC content. I'm hoping.
How does that work?
It's been quietly done. If you go back and read a bunch of news, just type in HBO Max in the news feeds and look back the past 6 months, you'll see a bunch of stuff like the Boondocks are coming back to HBO Max.
That's right. You guys chatted about that a while back.
Yeah. So HBO Max has been quietly kind of building up an arsenal as well. So again, they got WB, and I think WB right now, Warner Brothers, they've got their own thing. Like I subscribe to DC Universe, their little streaming channel. And I've been watching like Titans. I've been watching Doom Patrol. I've been watching a lot of they've got all of the DC animated stuff, from Super Friends to Justice League to Batman the Animated Series. All of that is on there, which is fantastic. But they're not picking up enough steam. They're not getting the amount of like viewers that they would want, because they're not a giant app. They're just like this. Yeah. They're like a channel. So if they throw their hat and kind of throw that CW, DC Universe, all of that weight onto the HBO Max, they can really start to build up steam. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Netflix and Disney are definitely the two big pillars, but the smaller ones, the small offshoots, are getting some big stuff too. HBO Max is climbing up there. So from what I've heard, if you have HBO and HBO Now currently, you're automatically and see, that was something that I didn't know. I had to look that up, and you're right, because I'm interested, because I've got HBO through my cable provider. So I'm wondering what's going to happen, or not my cable, my internet provider. They gave me like free HBO for being a member, and I'm wondering what was going to happen when HBO Max launches next year. And I had to look it up, and sure enough, when they launch, it's going to flip over to HBO Max.
I have a buddy who lends me his HBO.
Yeah, and guys, that's the way it should be. I keep seeing these articles on there on, it's going to cost so much money and everything, but the problem is it's all logins. It's, back in the day, you couldn't share your cable. Like, there was no way for you to like run your physical wire to someone else's house and share. But now they're just logins. So just share your logins and share the cost. I guess
I started thinking about it, like. I mean, going to these subscription services for, like Netflix, HBO, they functionally, it's like corporate Patreon now. Yeah. It's like, so, because there's a few artists that I give monthly on Patreon.
Trust me, sharing cable and stealing your neighbor's cable wasn't the exact same thing. I mean, it was very easy to put a splitter on their line in the backyard and run it underground in the middle of the night. I mean, not that we ever did anything like that. But it's definitely not the same. But sure enough, I mean, nowadays though, cable providers have logins.
Yeah.
And so a good example is my father-in-law has got cable. He pays for it for the house, and they don't use it as much. And so we use the login so that we can get access to all the live channels. So like Food Network, CNN, all those. You just log in with your cable provider, and you get access to the live channels plus all of their on-demand. So if you've got a Roku, an Apple TV, a Fire TV, you can download all the individual apps for the channels. So, yeah. So
we've spiraled a long way away from the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian is encompassing, that is Disney Plus. Disney Plus is
that's all. That's what it is right now.
How many movies have you watched on there?
Since it dropped, I probably watched 2.
Okay, what have you watched?
Other than Mandalorian, I put on Coco because I love Coco.
Which is still on Netflix.
That's right. Oh wait, maybe that's where I watched it then, because I thought it was on Disney Plus, but I watched Coco. Okay, have you watched the Disney Plus short Float?
Yes.
Yeah.
As a father of a special needs kid, yes, I have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the uncle of special needs.
And tell me that didn't get you like right in the feels, guys. If you ever watch Float, go check out Float on Disney Plus. Yeah, man. Yeah, I get it. It's a fantastic short, and in the vein of all the wonderful Pixar shorts that have started. They've got all of them up there now. One of my favorites, La Luna, is one of my favorites.
La Luna, yeah.
And that one is great. If you haven't seen that one, please.
What's
please
the one with the little bird and the little crabs?
Welcome
to the stream, Anastasia.
Hey, what's going on? I forgot the name of it, but yes, the really beautiful looking, because it's really up close, and so you get that water reflection.
You get the bits of sand. Yeah.
It's a real. Yeah, Pixar's always been. I forgot that one. That one's really cute too. We're trying to get the little crabs out of the sand,
or oysters, or whatever.
Whatever they are, the little bitty ones.
Yeah.
For the kids who haven't seen the movies, no, but it's not just for us, because it's not, well, our age, yes. My kids, they watch Disney because they watch all of the Disney, like Disney Junior stuff. They've grown up watching some of the Disney Junior, which is all on there as well. Mm-hmm. The entire Disney Junior lineup is on there. At the same time, like my parents like that stuff too. Like my in-laws have been watching some of it because some of the even older movies are on there. A good example, we watched The Ugly Dachshund.
Oh, The Ugly Dachshund.
Right, but that's a movie from like 1960.
And there's like 3 of them, aren't there?
Yeah, there's something like that. But if you haven't seen it again, it's another old live action Disney movie back in the day, like Freaky Friday. But those are all on there too for people at my parents' age that can watch those, because they grew up watching Herbie the Love Bug. All of those old Disney live action movies are on there.
Disney Plus is functionally like your grandmother's like VHS collection, right? Because like we all, like everyone had a massive VHS collection of like Disney films, and now Disney's like, you don't need your VHS anymore. Here, you can access them here. Oh,
say going to school. Who's the guy talking in the vid? The one in the hat. I can't tell. Sorry, because of the hat. So that is Jordan.
Oh, hi Anastasia. Yeah, I'm not Pedro. I'm not cautious.
Yeah, that is not Pedro. That is Jordan. Yeah, he's a filler. Yeah. But Anastasia, welcome to the show. Absolutely. Yeah. Circa 2019. It's exactly right. It is. It's VHS collections. It's old movies. It's fantastic. Like last night, my wife and the kids sat down and watched The Three Caballeros. And my kids hadn't seen it before, and my oldest was cracking up at Cawshis-Less. My kiddo's been binging Darkwing Duck all week.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's lovely. It's like remember the Disney Afternoon? I mean, all those shows are on there. You know, the Disney Afternoon. Well, the Disney Afternoon was the block after school. So it was Tailspin, DuckTales, Gummy Bears, Darkwing Duck, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
So all of those shows, all 5 of those shows were the Disney Afternoon. And so your favorite live action is the live action Beauty and the Beast, so the one with Emma Watson. That's a good one, and that one's on Disney Plus for sure. So yeah, that's a good one, and the live action is coming back. Disney's making all these live action movies. So man, it's a golden time. I mean, I can't hate on them. I want to hate on Disney for doing what they do, but giving access for something as cheap as $6.99 to all of their content is just, it's too genius. It's way too genius. Give it time. It's all going to show up there. They've got a whole classic section of Mickey, like celebrating Mickey. Yeah. So they've got all of the old Mickey stuff. So I guarantee you, Rolls, that they're going to do the exact same thing. They're probably going to roll out like maybe they're going to celebrate for like Donald's birthday or something, and they'll release like a full Donald week or release all the old Donald stuff. Goofy. There's also Goofy used to do a bunch of PSAs. Like the wild world of sports, the wacky world of sports, and so Goofy would do like sports and cooking with Goofy, and it was old voiceover, kind of like 50s style voiceover, and Goofy always messing it up. So Goofy's gonna they're gonna do that.
Okay, so I there was a big kind of shtick. I guess Disney is going to be reformatting some of their Simpsons episodes, right? Because they need to reformat in the 16:9 to make sure they're not missing out on some of the jokes. But the fact that Disney's capable of doing that and they're going to do that in 2020 makes me think like, okay.
Did they announce that they're going to?
Yeah, it's happening 2020. They're fixing.
See, there you go. That's Disney listening, folks.
So they also Disney, listen up. You need to do this. You should introduce a filter that you can apply while you're watching. So it's like the VHS filter. So you can get the wavy VHS lines.
So that's really funny that you say that. I'm the retro guy. I do a lot
of retro. You are the retro guy.
I'm part of a group called the CRT Collective on Facebook, which is, of course, they're just a big CRT fan base. And all of them have been posting screens of watching Disney Plus through a CRT. And so the 4x3 content is showing up on there. And so all of them are watching DuckTales and on an old tube TV. They're like, man. Yeah, here it is. And with scanline goodness. And they're like, yeah, I'm like, I get it. There you go. That's it. That's the way to get it.
Everyone's got to get their film.
You're going to see Frozen 2. Or do I like that Frozen 2 is made? This is the new age of Disney, the newer age, post Pixar, post Marvel, and that they're able to pull off valid sequels, not just like straight to DVD, straight to, Frozen 2 is looking great. That trailer looks good. It looks like they're going in a direction that's good. I mean, it looks dark, but it looks different. So I'm excited for it. We'll see the reviews when it happens. I liked Frozen, so Frozen 2 looks good. Disney all around has just been knocking it out of the park. I haven't hated one particular Disney movie, anything that they've done as of late. So, are you looking forward to watching anything else on Disney Plus besides Mandalorian, which every Friday? So every Friday will be in
every Friday. I just I'm waiting. My guess is my prediction. They're gonna end this season with the Mandalorian encountering some sort of Jedi, right? Because like now that's what they're doing. They're showing us more and more Jedi coming out. Until you see a peak.
It's peak. You got to get the rolling shutter. You got to get the you got to adjust tracking.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, I think my gut is Mandalorian. This and it's crazy. It's only it's gonna end in December. We're only getting like 8 episodes, right, of this first season.
Yeah. So first season is 8 episodes of The Mandalorian, and it's looking great.
So they might not end. They might not end with a Jedi reveal, but that's coming. That's one of these episodes. They're gonna like it's good, and it's gonna be like I don't know which Jedi it's gonna be.
Two things about The Mandalorian. One, we'll get to another spoiler of the show, but not really. Again, little baby Yoda. You can't call him anything else because his race doesn't have a name.
Yep.
So all we can reference to him is
I guess we could call him Yiddle because it's Yoda, Yaddle, and Yiddle.
Yiddle. That's a good one.
Yiddle.
So two things. One, he uses some force powers.
Yes.
So he's 50. He's 50 years old in the show. If you haven't watched it, he's 50 years old. He's a 50-year-old baby.
50.
And which means that he's strong enough, but still a baby. And he ends up using some force powers. When he does, the Mandalorian, which doesn't have a name.
Yes, he does. Din Djarin is the Mandalorian's name.
Really? Has he been called that in the show?
It was not in the show yet, but it was revealed in an interview with the actor who plays him, Pablo or Pedro.
I don't know, guy in a mask for all we care. I don't know if we're even going to see his face this season.
Mandalorian.
While he's looking that up, so the show he uses some force powers, and the surprise look on his face. Obviously, he's in a mask, so you can't. But just the shock of seeing the force. I was reading a lot of forums and whatnot. They were all talking about it. Some of them were hating. They're like, "What do you mean? How can you have not heard of the force?" And someone described it the best way. And as a religious scholar, this is something that I would get to you. The best way to describe it that someone kind of pointed out was, do you know the specifics of a religion from the other side of the world?
Well, I do.
You do as a religious scholar.
Yeah.
But the normal individual, someone straight off the street, someone that's from one culture, completely engrossed in his own culture, would not know the religious practice, the religious belief, the religious anything of another culture. So the Force is a Jedi thing. They're the ones kind of preaching the power of the Force. Yes, other religions, kind of other groups of people in the universe, but the Star Wars universe is so vast that the fact that he hasn't even seen it or even understand what it is totally believable to me.
And well, I mean, and part of it is also there's a like a cognitive bias, not a cognitive bias, like a philosophical bias, like the fact that we're overexposed to Jedi. Like statistically,
we have seen the Star Wars universe through the funnel of a Jedi.
Yeah.
But the fact that people in the rebellion have seen Jedi fight, and
rarely,
and when they do, it's an amazing thing. But the people that haven't, when they do see one finally, they're like, "Oh my God, here's this Jedi, here's this thing, this mythical thing."
Yeah. Like, because you just hear rumors. You hear rumors of these crazy, and this is again like so the Force, not the Force Awakens. Last
Jedi.
No, not Last Jedi. What was the second one? Oh my goodness.
The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi.
Oh, Last Jedi. Well, and The Rise of Skywalker.
You're already thinking about the last one.
That's right. I know. I'm always thinking Rise. So in The Last Jedi, like you see like the little kids in the film, like playing through this kind of like this past town telephone version where all of a sudden, like you at the end of the
urban
film,
myth.
they're playing with the toys. Like, and then you have the one kid who like uses the Force, but again, like all of it is like rumor and speculation. So the fact that like the Mandalorian and his name is Din, D-I-N, Djarin, J-A-R-Y-N, and the actor who plays him is Pedro Pascal. So Pedro Pascal revealed the name of the Mandalorian in an interview. So so Din Djarin, D-Y-N.
So we have to think about the fact that we are a planet. The planet Earth, the populace of the planet Earth, we have heard very little about other religions. Could you imagine 3 planets away, a whole system away? Like the odds of someone else from another system even hearing about your religion, your belief, your system, your entire is like unheard of. So yes, there are people that travel back and forth between, but it's not again, you have to think about the fact the distance of time and space.
Yeah. And
so, I believe that someone had not heard of the Jedi.
Rolls, that's a great point, man. That's a really great point. I don't know how long we'll last. And if there's one thing, if Jordan, the guest star on Mid-Geek Crisis, has a shtick, I think I've brought it up every time I've guest starred on here. I think the one thing that proves your point is the Star Wars galaxies, in the sense that we had the greatest MMO ever made. And what ruined it? People having to be Jedis, because people could not be Jedi. Yeah,
Rolls, I have to agree with Jordan on this one. I mean, don't get me wrong. It all really depends on what type of Star Wars fan you are, right? Like if you are a fan of the Jedi and all you want to see is more Jedi, then
more swords,
more swords. And I think you're never not going to have that. I mean, a good example is look the new Star Wars game that just came out. The what is it called? The Order, something, the Fallen Order.
Fallen Order, yeah.
It's getting good reviews. It's story driven. It's like Uncharted / Dark Souls / Force Unleashed gameplay of a Jedi, and you're getting again another Jedi. Like, no, don't get me wrong, I want to play it. I'm a big fan. Hell, I build lightsabers. Like, I have lightsabers in my house, like straight up, like aluminum, freaking boards, and build them. Like, I build lightsabers. Like, I love the Jedi, but I also have to think about the fact that this is an entire universe. We are to believe that this entire Star Wars universe is a universe. There are multiple planets. They constantly planet hop. We are to believe that they walk into a cantina and there are 50 different alien races, and we can't follow another like string in what is the Star Wars. Like
a smuggler series. Like, so, I mean, the best part of Solo, because like you brought it up, the best part of Solo is the heist.
Yeah.
Like, that was the best part, seeing smugglers do their smuggling thing. And I love your point about like the aliens, right? I think one of my favorite things probably about The Mandalorian is like, we've almost only seen aliens. We had a few humans with the Imperials, but like the Mandalorian himself has been encountering alien after alien after alien.
It's been great.
Been amazing. Oh,
yeah,
that's like, that was the best part of all the Star Wars lore growing up, because like everyone loved the cantina scene. Like, you rip apart the cantina scene to find out all those individual stories of all those like unique.
How much lore was given to us as a Star Wars fan? You go pick up any book on like Star Wars, just like whatever, and you're gonna get like page after page of all these races, all these alien races that were created for that cantina scene, and then how much has been pulled from that cantina scene. The Clone Wars, the entire Clone Wars cartoon, the prequels, none of that would have had any type of world building if it wasn't just for that one cantina scene where we got to see all these other alien races, where we can just have, hey, let's have another of that. Let's have another Greedo, another race that is Greedo. I mean, in The Mandalorian, when at the first episode, when he's looking through all the like smugglers or the convicts or the bounties that he's picked up,
that was great.
You see a Greedo like race, I can't remember their name, like pressed against the carbonite. You're like, there you go, like
Rhodians.
There you go. That's right.
Greedo's a Rhodian.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I'm okay with seeing more offshoots. Give me more exciting experiences in the Star Wars universe. We will always have Jedi. I can't imagine the Star Wars universe not having anything Jedi, whether it be a cartoon, whether it be some sort of movie series that eventually starts up after this. We're going to get an Obi-Wan. That's already been confirmed.
Yeah, Ian McGregor's in it.
I mean, when you say one-offs, I think as long as they don't keep milking it, like if they keep milking that same string that is the Jedi, we're going to get tired of it. That's why I think it's safe that they're going to end the whole Skywalker ordeal. They need to just kill that and move on.
They say that.
I know. I'm saying that they say that it might not happen, but I definitely think it's a smart move in the sense that we can just move on from the Skywalker thing. The Skywalker thing was one big story arc. It's a fantastic story arc. It is the backbone that is the Star Wars universe, but we've already built so much. We can move away from that and still reference it, but not have to make it the main focus.
So
look how good Star Wars Rebels is.
Rebels is pretty great, but again, Jedi involved in Rebels.
But it's not Skywalker. So we can still have Jedi, but not have to make it Skywalker focused, and still give us more world building. Like, we got to see all sorts of other offshoot story arcs in that. Yeah. So again,
so what they're gonna do? Let's see Rolls' prediction. I think Rolls got a prediction. It feels like,
I guess the point that it's getting at is it feels like they're milking it by expanding the universe too much. Now, granted, if there's something Star Wars available, I'm going to watch it, but it could turn some people off by well, look, you're right. You're absolutely right. Are they milking it? Sure. They've got this giant franchise that they've purchased and they've built an entire park section for, but they have to fill that park section with something. So
this is what they're going to do. So they're ending the Skywalker saga. Then they're not going to do anything after it. I doubt it. I highly doubt they'll do anything after it, like post the Skywalker saga. Then they're going to start producing content, Old Republic content, for the next 20, 30 years to get enough space. Yeah. Then they're going to reboot the Skywalker saga.
Oh, you think they're going to reboot?
No. They're going to. Of course they're going to reboot the Skywalker saga. Yes. In 30 years, when we're in like our 60s and 70s, they're gonna reboot the Skywalker because we're not gonna have
Star Wars.
say.
We are just getting the end of the Skywalker saga.
Doesn't matter. When we're in our 60s and 70s, they're not gonna care. They're gonna be like, who cares? We're gonna anger the geriatrics.
You know why? You know why that won't happen?
Why?
Because people like my kids who are being raised by me, who watch it and are being taught to appreciate it, are going to hate on anything that gets changed.
Your kids will be in their 50s.
Doesn't matter. And my kids will then have taught their kids.
Your grandchildren, your grandchildren are going to betray you. Your grandchildren will betray you, Joe.
I hope so. For sure. Yeah. So, man. I mean, we could literally talk about Star Wars all night.
I know. We've got it. There's other things we got to talk about, though.
When they come out with the 16K, they're going to re-release all the films, and at one additional scene, so $10 says that they'll make it Han shoots. You know what? When that happens, I could die happy.
Yeah.
McClinky.
So speaking of dying happy, when Disney acquired Star Wars, I forget someone posted it or someone said it somewhere. They're like, literally, now that Disney owns it, we will be dead before Disney or before Star Wars is done as a story. Like there's going to be new Star Wars stories after we're dead and gone. Like how we'll never see the completion of Star Wars.
When you go to Disney Plus, right? You log in. When you log in, you see Marvel as a button.
Yeah. You
see Disney as a button. You see Pixar as a button. Yeah. And you see Star Wars as a button. AKA Disney, the next Star Wars movie franchise, whatever, isn't a Disney franchise. It is a Star Wars. They are treating Star Wars as a brand and as something that will not be going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
So live and learn, be happy with it or hate on it. But the idea here is it's here to stay. And merchandise needs to be sold. Parks need to be filled. Attractions need to be made. And either just find something to love in it. There is. Mandalorian is a perfect example of what Disney can do given the right thing. The second episode, there's no talking for the first 10 minutes of the episode.
But sweet fight scenes.
So good. Jon Favreau, you can have my children.
He did it.
Seriously. Like
Rolls is 100% right though. We need that Spaceballs sequel, which is gonna happen. They're gonna use like modern SNL cast.
Mel Brooks has been trying for years. There is, if you go look, there's an animated Spaceballs thing rolling around that was gonna happen and never did. It wasn't picked up. He's been pushing for that for years and it ain't happening. So yeah. All right.
So speaking of things that are sad and not going to happen and are dying, so big news, which is what I've been wanting to talk about because it was so formative to my childhood.
Go for it.
The animatronics at Chuck E. Cheese are now being removed, and I got it pulled up here. They're officially pulling all the animatronics from the Chuck E. Cheese stores, and I don't know about you, but like. We went to probably Chuck E. Cheese like maybe like once a year, and like we'd always go there. We'd get our sweet, delicious, horrible pizza, and play games and earn our tickets, and then watch the creepy animatronics. And they're gone now. They're gonna be gone. They're removing them.
Yeah.
You don't seem nearly as sad about it as I do.
So, quick bit of trivia. A couple months ago, I went to a live screening with Brian Holland for Clerks, and it was being hosted by this particular podcast that I hadn't even watched before, which is apparently one of the members of Bowling for Soup.
The band?
Yeah. I can't remember. If I pull up a picture of the band, I can pull it up. One of the members has got a movie podcast, Movie Night with whatever his name was, and he hosted this thing. That guy, whatever the guy is, and again, you can look it up while I'm talking if you want to, but that guy is the voice of Chucky from Chuck E. Cheese.
Whoa, talk about random piece of trivia.
So he talks about, he's got a voice that he does on his podcast or whatever that is the exact voice of Chuck E. Cheese. So he is Bowling for Soup, Chuck E. Cheese.
Jarrett Reddick.
Night at the Movies with Jarrett, and he does the voice for Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. Is there a way I can play?
Yeah, you can play it up. Absolutely.
So I've got hold on, let's put it over here. So this is the Bowling for Soup guy. Okay, I got it pulled up. Here's the video, but I don't know how I can share my. Am I sharing my audio with you already?
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yeah. Or maybe not. I don't know. Chuck E. Cheese.
Audio's playing, so but I can hear it. So like that's this guy's playing and singing. That's weird. That's so weird.
Yeah, Jared. So yeah, so I don't know how to get any audio, but yes, this newer version of Chuck E. Cheese is Jared. It's one of the singers from Bowling for Soup. So there you go. If you haven't watched any of the newer commercials or whatever, he does the voice for Chuck E. Cheese. So you walk into a Chuck E. Cheese right now and see like him talking on videos and whatnot in their advertisement. That's him.
You see rolls.
Oh,
that is
wait,
sad.
is that true?
That's what you've said that, and now I'm like, wait a minute, is that?
I mean, you can totally say that right now, and we can make it canon if you want to. It's now part of my head canon.
This is Chuck E. Cheese canon. Chuck E. Cheese never had a birthday party.
Is he Fievel? That is actually true to the best.
He's Fievel.
He's
Fievel. Chucky. Fievel changed his name to Chucky because it was less Jewish, and he knew if he was going to make it in Hollywood, he had to sound American. Huh?
Like Dorn?
Chuck Dorn,
the creator of like old TV. What's it called?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
he's got a very Jewish name, and he goes by Chuck Dorn. Oh man, no, yeah. So anywho, that was my random bit of trivia, but I thought it was hilarious that I knew. Bowling for Soup guy does the voice of Chuck E. Cheese, and yes, you're right. They're pulling all the animatronics. Why? Maybe because no one wants to upkeep it. I'm sure they fail. I'm sure they have to come in and like fix them all the time. And they probably a little creepy. I'm sure Five Nights at Freddy, video game, probably added to this like creepiness that kids have now. I mean, come on, you go into like a Target, Target, and you're going to see Five Nights merchandise pointed towards kids.
Yeah.
And so that means they know that these animatronic things are like creepy and are going to walk and kill you. So now kids walk into Chuck E. Cheese and they're probably looking at that and going,
oh yeah, what? Rolls, put if you've got the link, we'll pull it up. We'll pull it up if you've got it.
Send the link and I'll pull it up.
But okay, but here's what I'm thinking, like Chuck E. Cheese missed an opportunity. So like, have you seen those? I was gonna label it the creepy like AI robot videos that guy in Japan is making.
No,
he's okay. So he's got like it's the most realistic robotics. Let me pull it up.
Okay, hold on. I'll pull that up.
And she had it. And the one robot he had speak at the UN. Robot speaks at UN. Sophia the robot. Like Chuck E. Cheese should have been investing in Sophia the robot videos or animatronics, so that in their store they could have had sweet Chuck E. Cheese. So here she is. I won't have play her voice, but like.
Oh, this thing, yes,
that like reacts to your face and things.
Where they said that, where they gave it like, they said they declared it a human or whatever. Like
yeah, you gave it human rights. The Chuck E. Cheese could have been on the forefront of granting animatronic robots.
That's not creepy at all, right? Yeah, this is how Skynet starts, guys. You give it actual human rights. Boy, that's yeah. Here, let me find this story. Yeah, you were absolutely right.
Was an orphan who didn't know his birthday. Oh, that is wow. That's heartbreaking. Like, and nothing. Like, I'm trying to think of other things now, like kid-oriented things. They never have sad,
dark guys.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's dark. But like, children have like dark moments too, and like
BuzzFeed later confirmed the story is indeed true and unearthed a digital copy of a children's book called The Story of Chuck E. Cheese. Oh my God!
There he is. Oh, this is great. Look at this. They got fantastic quality stuff here.
But not for long, because so many kids at the orphanage there was a birthday party.
Marineros.
Wow.
Oh,
He
wow.
loved to play video games. His favorite game was called Pong. He won a trophy and $50. That $50 is enough for him to buy a bus ticket to New York City. It was his magic ticket. Oh my God, there's a full-on lore to this. Oh, he tried stand-up and he looks like he's being booed.
This isn't about a mouse anymore. This is a real human story. So whoever the owner is, this is the owner's story. And he's like, how do I make money off my horrible childhood story and make myself a rat?
Do they play the origin of recycling pizza? Oh, come on. That can't be true. Yeah, I heard about that a few years back. That cannot be true.
Oh
God.
Anything is true. We live in the age where everything and anything is true. Wow.
And Chucky hasn't stopped singing or smiling since.
That's not true. Okay, that's a false thing. Here I just said anything and everything is true. There's no way an orphan rat who eats poor quality pizza is ever happy.
Where a kid can be a kid. Oh my God. You know, I have a guilty confession for that one. I like the taste of Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
What?
Yeah, man. Like it's got this weird like taste. It's like
cardboard.
Yeah. It's like I have this conversation about burgers all the time. Like when you want a McDonald's burger,
yeah,
you want McDonald's. You don't want any burger. You want a McDonald's burger because it has a specific taste to it. You might not.
My wife craves it.
Like occasionally you want like a McDonald's cheeseburger, like the kind that come in a Happy Meal, like the single patty, ketchup, cheese kind of thing. You taste it, you're like, yep, that's a McDonald's cheeseburger. It tastes like nothing else. No one else makes it like that. Same thing. Chuck E. Cheese has got a specific pizza taste that who knows what it is, but you taste it, you're like, yep, this is terrible, but it tastes like my childhood. It tastes like a big gallon of Pepsi and the copper of touching all those tokens.
That's what it is. It's the taste of lead poisoning, Joe. like copper and metal.
Bullshit. So yeah, there was a story about this recycling pizza thing for years. Yeah. So what was the official response on them canceling the animatronics at Chuck E. Cheese? Why?
I don't know. It's probably upkeep. I didn't read the story. I just saw the headline. So like my guess is it probably costs a lot of money to maintain the animatronics. Oh, and they're looking to become more sleek and modern. But they could have just invested in better animatronics. They're adding an interactive dance floor in favor of the classic band because that's right. The animatronics they used to all play instruments.
Yeah. What was the do you have a name of all the band members?
I don't. I'm
gonna pull that up.
Yeah.
Band members.
Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, they had a whole band. I'm surprised there's not like more bands.
There we go. Boom. Vocals. Chuck E. Cheese. Helen Henning. Vocals. Mr. Munch.
Jasper T. Jowls. Oh, that's a great name.
Can we talk about the creepiness that is the band and where is it? Where is the band? There is a specific member of the band that is absolutely creepy.
Is it Jasper Jowls?
Might be, man. It might be. It's that particular picture right there. This picture right here. The dog.
Yeah, that's Jowls.
Oh, that's horrifying.
The duck is pretty creepy. Mr. Munch with the mustache. I wonder if that was like a Mario ripoff. They were trying to.
No, man. This probably predates it. Who knows? Honestly.
No, Chuck E. Cheese does not predate Mario.
Chuck E. Cheese has been around. So Chuck E. Cheese used to not be. It used to be Showbiz Pizza. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. Was before my time.
Yeah. Showbiz Pizza, where it can be a kid, and then it became Chuck E. Cheese. Showbiz Pizza, man. Oh. Can you hear that?
No, I can't hear it. Oh man, that's a creepy animatronic.
Yeah, that was one of the animatronics back in the day. Yeah, that was the original band.
Look at that band. Whoa, that is frightening.
So it used to be Showbiz Pizza, and I remember going to Showbiz Pizza. We used to live right around the corner from one, so we'd go there. Like, yeah, look at this.
What? That is nightmare-inducing. That is creepy.
From 1981. So
Oh wow.
Yeah, man, that's the sounds of a million kids having nightmares. Well, yeah, right, rolls. So that sound of a million kids. So that's the reason why Five Nights at Freddy's kind of jumped the way it did. It was like everyone knew that those things were creepy, and so someone ran with it and made a whole franchise based off of it. How about you know what? I don't even know the background of that game. I just know that you've got a guard and trying to survive the night while these animatronics are trying to kill you. Right? Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy. I think we've got 3 different. Yeah, that looks horrifying, doesn't it? Doesn't it? So yes, good riddance. They are creepy. They are absolutely creepy. This guy right here, I think he's one of the. He talks about the animatronics. Look at that right there. Devourer of souls.
But they could get cute animatronics. Like they could have done little Furbies. Like they could have done Furby level animatronics.
Looks like behind. That right there.
That's pretty.
This is what a Furby looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I pull back my complaint because I initially was complaining they were getting
but you know what? If they invest in holograms, can we get holographic like band members up with like full on CGI dancing?
But here's the thing: like, where am I gonna expose my child to animatronics now? Like, there's no place on Earth. Like, where are they gonna get that animatronics hit?
I don't know.
They don't exist. There's a business opportunity, Joe. Business opportunity.
Let's go.
Let's open a restaurant
with animatronics.
With animatronics everywhere. Animatronic servers, animatronic cooks.
Exactly. Rolls. That's exactly it. They have the technology to resurrect Tupac. We have Chuck E. Cheese. We can get live action Chuck E. Cheese. The guy from Bowling for Soup, Jared, would have even a bigger job now. He would be able to like really bounce around and like they could like give him full on performance rights.
Oh man. Yeah, there's just business. There's business opportunities all around. That's all I see. It's just business.
They're gonna go sleek and modern. They're gonna have iPads. They're gonna have. I don't know, man. I still struggle on some of these like places survive just because arcade machines aren't made. Like if you go to a Dave & Buster's now, there's some pretty cool ones out there. Don't get me wrong. I've seen some pretty new ones that are pretty neat. They're all made by one company, Raw Thrills. They make most of the new franchise based
games
like the new Ninja Turtles fighting game is like the remake that they made is done by that same company. They've made like Luigi's Mansion. There's a Luigi's Mansion one. Have you played that?
No, I haven't, but I've been playing it on the Switch. It's a great game. It's a
game.
Yeah.
So arcades are kind of a dying breed. So like the fact that these like ticket machine games are still around, I don't know, man. My kid still loves Chuck E. Cheese. Every time we drive by one, he knows what it is. Like they all know what it is. It's just there's not much incentive to go there anymore. When
actually, to be honest, I'm surprised they lasted this long. Like especially like when Dave & Buster's, like that's a testament to either their business practices or something. Yeah.
Just go find ways to slowly pull the mechanism so that you could like yank them all out. Yep.
So Joe, we got 7 minutes left. What are we gonna fill this last 7 minutes with?
Let's talk about what we're playing, man. What are we doing right now?
Today we were just chatting this earlier before we started streaming that we both got our copies of Pokemon Sword.
We did.
Of course, Sword is better than Shield. Like no one's gonna want Shield. Like
there's a couple of exclusive Pokemon in that.
Man. Were you a red or a blue guy?
Red.
Yeah, red here again. Like red is the way. That's actually the thing that sucks because Sword is blue this time around, which makes me sad. But
it's definitely more aggressive. Like it's fire. Right. That's right. It is the aggressive.
Yeah.
Like they've always gone.
So I got that today. I haven't had a chance to play it. I've been playing a lot of Luigi's Mansion. That's probably what I've been playing the most.
I'm about a quarter of the way through that.
I'm probably over half. Love it. I loved the ones when they came out for GameCube. It's just simple and fun, like little puzzle solving, and just like fun chasing ghosts around, and they're goofy. I haven't done much of the multiplayer. My wife and I would probably play multiplayer, but we're so locked into beating the game on our own, we haven't done the multiplayer.
Oh, yet. So both of you have your own file?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we have our own file because have you gotten to the point where you have Gooigi yet?
Yeah. I've got Gooigi. Gooigi gives you multiplayer.
Yeah. So you could both play at the same time and just like spend the rest of the game in a multiplayer. So at some point we could do that. So I've been playing a lot of that. And then that's probably been it. I haven't had much time else to play.
I'm the same boat. I've been playing Sword. I just got back from Louisville from business, and I played that all on the trip there and back. I dumped an hour and a half of it. My flight on the way home. Played Sword the entire time. That was fun.
What have been folks in the chat? Rolls, and what have you been playing? Kendo, have you been playing any games?
Yeah, guys, what have y'all been playing? Please throw it in the chat. I'd like to talk about it.
And I was mentioning this to Joe too. So apart from video games, I'm also a big board game guy. And after a year and a half,
Proof. I went to Proof last time I was in Maine, and they are fantastic. So yes, I did go to Proof. I also went to Royals Chicken, which is fantastic. Oh my God, probably the best chicken sandwich I've ever had. And I did a tour of what bourbon did I do? I did a tour for a bourbon. I've had too much tonight. I can't remember.
Rose is replaying Goldeneye.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Classic. So how are you liking it now? Like it's hard to kind of go back to those. I'm a retro gamer. I love retro gaming, but GoldenEye is one of those games that I can't play because it was a game before you had a right analog. So when you try to do movement, you're still using the C buttons to kind of move around, and it's hard to do. So trying to play that game now, kind of my muscle memory doesn't work that way anymore. So how are you enjoying trying to run through that game now? While we're doing that, so you're playing board game wise, you got a copy of Nemesis, right?
So if folks don't know, so this is a game I kickstarted last year. They had a big Kickstarter from Awaken Realms Games. They do a lot of like sweet games. And it's they basically were like, how do we turn the Alien films into a board game? And so it's kind of like a competitive co-op. So you can play with 2 to 5 players, and you wake up on your ship and you don't know what happened, and so you have to find out what happened to your ship and why you're not heading back to Earth or whatever planet you're heading on. And then while you're trying to uncover what happened to your ship, all of a sudden aliens attack and start murdering you, and so you got to fight them off and possibly start fighting off your co-players who all have their kind of own interests and desires while trying to get the ship back up and running, ready to go. So I've only played it once. I played it with a buddy of mine a few months ago. He got a pre-copy, so now that mine finally arrived, I can't wait to get it on the table and start playing it.
Yeah, that looks like a fun game. Anything co-op, I love playing. Anything aliens based, I love playing. So that sounds good. Looks like Rolls answered us. He said that he has been playing his N64. He says that hooking up an N64 to 4K creates a lot of lag, but overall still a lot of fun. And I'm going to go ahead and shoot off on that answer real quick on how to fix that. So first off, yes, if you are plugging into your N64 with composite cables, so yellow, red, white, onto a 4K TV, it has to go through its upscaler, which creates a ton of lag, a ton of it, a ton. So the only way to avoid that is to go through, to minimize the lag, you want to go through HDMI. And going through HDMI for an N64 is obviously hard. So my suggestion to you is there are a couple of things, obviously. The big thing, if you are looking to hook up more than one console in the long run, look up, let's see here, RetroTink. So it's 2 products made by the same guy. The RetroTink is the biggest name product. So it's $99. Let me show you this thing. So this is the RetroTink. It's done by one guy.
Oh.
The RetroTink is a fantastic product done by one individual. And you can see all the reviews here on the link. And it is zero lag. Zero lag. You can plug in your old console through composite. I would highly recommend finding some S-video cords for your N64. You can also go through component, and it will output to HDMI right over here. So this is the big one. This would allow you to use it for more than one console. If you only wanted to use it for your N64, the new product made by the same individual that created the RetroTink created the RAD 2X HDMI cords, which are on pre-order right now. And these are a plug into your N64, give you HDMI out, and it scales. It 2x scales is what it does. It line doubles. So you're going to get a sharper 480p picture from a 280p signal. And they just did a review on this, the RAD cable to rule them all. You can see some videos here and why they're worth buying. Lag is 0. No lag. So can I see the link for that? Yeah, sure. Hit me up. I will. Let me see if I can post that in chat.
We might look at that too, because we retro scream. We don't do too many N64 games, but GameCube games for sure.
So don't know if that goes out to everybody or not, but we will see.
You can also, you'll post it on, I'm guessing, on your Facebook and all sorts of other.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see if I can get another way.
I don't think that went to live.
But yes, there are tons of new products that are fixing this particular situation that you speak of. The lag is something that other individuals have noticed. And yeah, you're right. But tons of companies are out there. Tons of people have created this product to kind of fix that. That is the link for that. You want to look up this particular individual. He did the Retro RGB. Check out this site. This guy, Bob from Retro RGB, he kind of does the reviews for a lot of these products, and he's kind of on the ball about that kind of stuff, about any type of like upscaling. He just posted a review from the RAD 2X for the Saturn, which goes back to what I've been doing this week. I have recently been going through my Sega Saturn. I've been on a Sega Saturn fix, so I've been playing a bunch of Sega Saturn games. A couple. I've been playing some Panzer Dragoon. I've been playing some of the fighting games on there. But as well, I've been playing Sword, and I've been playing Luigi's Mansion, and yeah, that's what I've been playing, man. It's. I want to play some of the big AAA titles. Like I want to jump into the Outer Worlds, but I've had less time. So
yeah, Outer Worlds and Fallen Order. Like I'd love to play both those, but it's like you want sustained time to play them.
Yeah.
If we're talking retro, my sister and I, we were playing Harvest Moon for a bit, the original SNES version, but we forgot how horrible it was. Like after playing Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley, like I can't go back to any like of the old.
So you went too far back. If you might have tried some of the newer, older Harvest Moon stuff, but you went so far back that
we went original, like
old
school.
I mean, that's like playing the first Zelda.
Yeah.
And
but even that one, like that holds up a little bit. Like the first Zelda. Okay.
It only does because we're nostalgia fans, but it doesn't hold up. It's hard to figure out where to go next.
I thought that was the case.
Bad. You can't figure out where you're going.
I don't know, man.
And
then tonight,
nothing.
Yeah. Well, okay. So tonight, have you ever played Star Wars Yoda Stories for the Game Boy Color?
Oh, but I saw that's what you were playing on your stream earlier today.
That's what we were playing tonight. I loved that game. I put so many hours in that game, and I played it again tonight. I was like, oh my goodness, this is so hard, and it doesn't make sense.
So, as a retro fan, I'm a big retro fan. Is that game good because it's a good game? Or is it a good game to you because it was the game that might have been bought or you bought, and then that's the only game you had access to, and so you played it till now. So now you have rose-colored glasses.
You know, what's frustrating is I think it had the potential to be a good game. I think part of the difficult part is that it doesn't really tell, like the puzzle system's kind of clever. It's like a little bit of a trading mechanic. It's got lots of areas to explore, and you're trying to kind of solve things around, but it doesn't handhold. And it's the type of game that you don't need a lot of handholding, but like the puzzles.
What kind of game is it? Like, is it a RPG, action RPG? Is it adventure?
So think Zelda. Think like it's a Zelda game, but that puts more emphasis on like the trading quests. So it's less about like the action fight. I mean, you're running around with a lightsaber, but
and it's Yoda.
It's called Yoda Stories.
You play as Yoda?
No. You play as Luke. It's in between Return and Empire. So I think that's a timeline. I don't remember the timeline.
Interesting,
but yeah, it's fun just checking around to tick around, but it is past the time, my friend.
Yeah, it is an hour in. Jordan, thank you for joining me. I'm pretty sure
thanks for the invite.
Got to geek out a little bit on stuff. We'll go back to Cawshis next week, and him slapping me on the wrist for talking too much about Disney Plus.
Well, hopefully you got it out of your system. Although I'll make sure I'll bring it up next week.
Until next week when I've watched the 3rd episode of The Mandalorian, and maybe we can maybe I can hop you on for a mini next
right.
week
We can
after
do our mini Mandalorian session.
mini Mandalorian talk. Maybe we can do something like that because I definitely would like to geek out with somebody about the Mandalorian.
That's right.
So, another thing, real quick, just before I head off, if you haven't noticed, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever, they've been posting episode albums of The Mandalorian. Oh. So chapter 1, chapter 2 is up, and the music.
Oh, nice.
Is up. So if you haven't listened to the music, just the music of that episode is so good. They're up. 5 or 6 tracks per chapter are put up. And it's good music, man. It's fantastic music. I can't remember the name of the he's got like a Swedish name, like a bunch of umlauts and stuff on it, but it looks great. And he's pumping out some great music, and the theme for The Mandalorian is really cool. So I had to look it up. I was like, is there a soundtrack up for it? And sure enough, Saturday after that episode aired, or Friday afternoon when I watched that episode, there was already a chapter 2 music album put up on Apple Music. So go check it out if you were interested in the music. All right, guys, episode 53 is done. Like, subscribe. Do me a favor, guys. If you can, go on YouTube. Go hit a thumbs up on the episode. Go hit a like. Subscribe to us there as well. Just kind of, I've got you guys all spread out. I would love to figure out where I can funnel you guys. I'm getting a lot of chat through Twitch, but I would love to funnel you guys through one service, and then that way I can kind of really focus my draw that way. But yeah, like, subscribe, share. Rolls, thank you, Kendo, Raleigh, Tim. I know that you're going to be watching this in rerun. You're probably busy. Cautious, thank you for missing for the day. I got to geek out with Jordan. Happy birthday. Love you guys. Next week is Thanksgiving. Do you have any plans?
So we'll actually be in Columbus with family, and actually, so my sister and I were trying.
You're doing a live stream together?
We're gonna do an in-person live stream. It'll be our first one. We haven't done a stream together, so we're trying to
face or no face.
Oh no, we play characters, so we
can't.
You
guys play characters, but like you guys aren't ugly people.
Rolls, you're Grove City, dude. We'll be in Grove City. If you're there, let's if you're there next week, we're gonna head to a bar. We'll grab some drinks. We'll meet up.
Absolutely.
That's right. This episode was brought on my behalf by Johnny Walker Black Label.
Black Label. Oh yeah. So my episode is brought to you by Irish whiskey.
Nice. Very nice.
Absolutely, guys. Haven't figured out my schedule yet, but we'll let you know. All right, guys. I would love fan meetups. All that. Like I said, I will be at PAX South. Cautious and me are always at PAX East with Jordan. Yep. So we'll probably do something sometime next year. We'll be talking about it sooner or later. But guys, thank you for watching. We're an hour and 7 minutes in. Love you guys. Episode 53 in the can.
Good night.
Good night.